call of the Hogs can be heard all the way to San Francisco.
You're listening to Pod at the Palace with Curtis Wilkerson on Inside Arkansas.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to the Pod at the Palace. I'm your host, Curtis Wilkerson, with Inside Arkansas, coming to you from DJ's Dugout here in Omaha, Nebraska, as I am on site with the fellas, finally, John Neighbors and Andrew Ellis, for the Diamond Hogs run, however long it might last here in the College World Series. It's been a wild ride to get here, folks. Was supposed to be in town Sunday night here in Omaha, wound up being here actually right before first pitch on Monday. It's late Monday afternoon as we record, but had a 14-hour delay at LaGuardia Airport. Never experienced anything like it. There was no weather, no maintenance problems. The plane was sitting right there at the gate. The pilots were there waiting. They couldn't find a crew for the flight. Whatever flight they had coming in on was delayed and then canceled. They couldn't find a replacement crew, so we were out of commission until the next morning. I was like, yo, I could have passed out ginger ales and Biscoff cookies to all the passengers there. No disrespect to flight attendants. I do not envy their jobs, and I do appreciate them immensely. In fact, one of them wound up seeing my boy dad hat that I got for Father's Day, and she congratulated me on that. So that was nice. But hey, it was all worth it to get here and experience and witness what we just did, which was Gage Wood's iconic performance. Just masterful, unbelievable, epic. Really, that no-hitter, it was a forever memory that's going to be ingrained in Razorback fans for as long as they live. It's a generational type of thing, folks. It's a no-hitter at the College World Series in Omaha. It's the kind of stuff that you tell your grandkids about, and to be here with the fellas and be able to witness that was just absolutely incredible. And, we were sitting here thinking about it like, hey, what basketball NCAA tournament performance is even worth putting in a conversation with this? Nothing really, I don't think. The shot from Scotty Thurman in the title game, that's a moment that you'll never forget, but not the full game performance, from an individual like that. The Devo against Kansas performance, I mean, that was the stuff of legends there, but still, I mean, it's a level below throwing a no-hitter in an elimination game in the College World Series. So what do you guys think? Do you have any iconic basketball performances that you can remember that might not measure up but really stand out from the crowd, on the big stage like this? It's just it was absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, folks, if you were able to listen to yesterday's show, you know the drill for the Pod at the Palace for the rest of the time that we're here covering baseball in Omaha. The plan is to be short, sweet, to the point, with different rapid-fire and quick-hitter topics on Arkansas basketball, and, of course, updates and analysis on anything that happens between now and then that impacts the Razorbacks. We want to get you in and out, but if you still got that basketball thirst, we definitely want to be able to quench it. But before we get started, I do want to tell you guys about our partners over at the Freedom Boat Club. Man, I tell you what, summer's finally here. It's definitely here in Omaha. It's hot, man. Where is a better place to spend your summer than right on the lake? You don't own a boat? Cool. It doesn't matter. You don't need to. Freedom Boat Club of Arkansas has you covered. Freedom Boat Club gives you access to boats without the commitment. This is boating that fits your lifestyle, fun, flexible, and stress-free. They take care of the boat so you can simply enjoy the moment. From Cape Cod to the California coast, your next boat day awaits. With 3 locations in Arkansas, lake time is closer than you think. Whether you prefer Greers Ferry Lake, Lake Hamilton, or a day in the river in Little Rock, Freedom Boat Club of Arkansas will help make your summer in the natural state the best one yet. Check out their website at www.freedomboatclubr.com to learn more about the benefits of joining the club. Okay, let's hop into it. It is summer, folks, and for baseball, that means a College World Series run, right? For basketball, it means workouts are underway for the Razorbacks, and a lot of it is individual work, right? The guys are in the gym, working on their craft, making improvements for next season. And these guys have specific programs that are designed for them by the staff, right? They've got their 8 hours a week together as a team and with the coaches, but the gym's open to them 24/7 when they want to come and get their work in. So some guys will take advantage of it more than others, but everybody needs to be getting better, right? So the question is, what do these guys need to be working on to take their games and the team to the next level? So let's talk about that today. Let's work our way through this roster and chat about it, shall we? an individual area of emphasis for every one of the Razorbacks this summer, and we'll start with the backcourt, and we'll go through these rapid fire. DJ Wagner, it's easy with DJ to automatically scream 3-point shooting. And it would be great if DJ became a sniper, but he's been the same 3-point threat for 2 years now. And I'm not sure that that year 3 is going to be some drastic change. So maybe you get to 33% or so. That would be great. But, I wouldn't mind seeing an emphasis on rim finishing and, drawing some FTAs from the free throw line. As well as he gets downhill, the finishing at the cup for DJ, it's been up and down. And it's interesting because he's so strong. So I think improving his angles, getting up off of 2 feet would help. He's able to absorb contact well. And with that in mind, it's crazy how few FTAs he draws with, how powerful he is getting to the rim. So I can't put my finger on why he doesn't get the whistles. Maybe it's because he takes contact so well, you don't feel like he got fouled. So that would be something I'd say would be a good area for DJ to work on. Another area would be, driving to be a playmaker instead of just to score, right? It's not having that tunnel vision off the ball screen action, kicking the shooters, but also as a pick and roll passer because he has a big time threat in Malik Ewan, another really, really good threat to pick and roll in Nick Pringle at his disposal. He looks so good with Jonas Adu late in the year that I think that's something he could really improve on. Freshman guard, Darius Acuff. 2 things jump out with Acuff, and you can pick your poison here. The first is defense, right? Which he is strong and athletic and put together well enough to be able to play it very, very well. He hasn't done it consistently to this point throughout his high school career. A few technique things, but I imagine his motivation on that end of the floor is going to be a lot higher. I think I will go with Acuff. 3-point shooting as an area of emphasis, top priority. He shot 36% on more than 6 attempts his entire junior year, whether that was EYBL or his high school season, and sub 30% as a senior. So he took a pretty significant dip there. If Darius Acuff can find a level of consistency there with decent volume, nothing crazy, just a level up from DJ, that could really work wonders for him and Arkansas and its spacing on the offensive end of the floor. Malik Thomas, it's weight room season for Lee, right? May I introduce you to Body by Dave Rich? I think he's a prime candidate for taking advantage of that. Leak is just a tough shot maker, a playmaker, a sniper. He's got the dog in him. All those intangibles that you're looking for are there. He's going to have to reel some things in as a freshman, but that comes during the game, right? That's something that you learn through game reps and experience. The big thing for him, I think, is his strength and his explosion be able to translate early, right? Can he put on 5 to 10 pounds of muscle, good weight to defend SEC guards? Can he level up athletically to be able to create consistent separation in this league? That way every shot he takes and makes doesn't have to be a tough one. Those are the things that I would look for there. Jaden Carlette, well, yeah, we're going to talk about him. The staff loves Jaden for his ability to shoot the ball. It was the reason that he was the next man up last season. But what could help him actually see the floor? It's going to be tough, but I think the path there for him would be to become a lockdown type of defender. Get jacked, get in the weight room, become a 3-and-D guy at 6'5", and take advantage of supper opportunities while you're a step ahead of the curve with all these new guys because you already know the system, you know what the expectations are. You're playing instead of thinking, right? You've got that leg up on guys right now, and you know how Arkansas goes about its business. So that would be a pathway there for him. Amir Brown, his role is a little bit different, right? This is one thing that we know Amir Brown does not need to work on. It's his vibes. He will be the coordinator of the vibes. There's no doubt about that. But in his situation as a freshman, I think the best way to make an impression for Brown is by being a student and by making your teammates better, right? That's how you create your ends if you're him. What Amir should be doing is learning every single weakness and tendency of the other guards and attacking it daily, making them work on it, right? If someone can't go left, you sit on their right hand every single day. If someone doesn't like contact, you're hand checking them. You're bumping them on every single cut. You're getting better by making your teammates better and fully embracing your role. Okay, before we move on to the wings, got to talk to you guys about our partners over at Macadoodles Fine Wine and Spirits. Got to meet some folks over there at the game, actually, that were in there cheering on the Razorbacks. Very, very cool, and hope that Arkansas extends its stay long enough to where I can get out there and join the fellas. Y'all know I like me a cold Busch Light. So I can go do a show at Macadoodles. That's a double win for me. But Macadoodles Fine Wine and Spirits is a local Arkansas favorite brand that just so happens to also be in Omaha, the host city of the College World Series. The store is managed by a recent University of Arkansas alum, and the customer service here is executed in exceptional style, modeling the Arkansas Macadoodles locations. Macadoodles Omaha has free popcorn, free coffee, and free samples every single day. Also, Macadoodles Omaha is providing free ice all College World Series to Arkansas Razorback fans. Free ice goes a long way when it's 100 degrees outside, right? You need it. Any purchase comes with ice. It's on the house. Macadoodles Omaha also has a College World Series point competition running. Busch Light 30 packs are as low as $16.88 for purchase of participating products. Each purchase worth a point for a fan's collegiate team of interest in the College World Series. They also have a large selection of other beers, seltzers, liquors, wines, whatever it is that you like to sip on. Make your College World Series experience a blast. Water, snacks, cigars, among other items are also available, making Macadoodles Omaha a one-stop shop for your College World Series needs. Okay, let's move on to the wing. We're still going rapid fire. What do these guys need to work on? What's going to make them better? What's going to make the team better? Carter Knox. You know, with the way the roster is set up, Carter, ideally, I think he becomes your alpha dog, right? We've talked about that a lot. Him taking that progression from freshman to sophomore year, taking on that role after being a role guy last year, starts by setting the tone and taking on more of a leadership role in these summer workouts. Be the example, be vocal, show these new guys the way, right? As for his game, though, as crazy as you may think this sounds, I'm really happy with Carter's shooting. I'm happy with his ability to get to the rim and finish. I think more opportunity is going to lead to more points and more makes for him. There's zero doubt in my mind that you're going to see an uptick from Carter, but I would love to see him tighten and evolve his off-the-bounce game. I think off the dribble is where he could make his biggest strides. He's already come a long way defensively, but he can attack closeouts right now. He can get downhill just fine. I'm talking about getting the rock, going to work, winning an ISO type of stuff, right? And we saw some flashes from him late last season, but to me, that would be the difference in him averaging 12, 13 points per game and being a damn good SEC sophomore to averaging 16, 17, and potentially being in an All-American conversation on a really, really good Razorback team. Billy Richmond, pretty cut and dry, I think, here with Billy. He's a tenacious defender. He's versatile. He's explosive. He has a relentless motor. A lot of the recipe is already there. This summer, for me, for Billy, is all about putting the ball in the hole, right? As fun as he was, like Billy was the president of the Smoke a Layup Society at Arkansas last year for whatever reason. So taking the pads to the body, working on finishing all summer could be a key for him. Now, I'm not expecting, Billy, nor do I think he really needs to become a knockdown shooter, right? It was 2 of 16 from 3 last year, and I certainly think that he can and will improve on that. But I don't anticipate a lot of volume. So can Billy become an efficient, low-volume three-point shooter and start sticking that short corner and wing mid-range jumper at a higher level than he was last year? That's a way that he could evolve offensively, where they have to respect you enough to where they just can't play off of you, sag off of you against the drive. If they have to step out and guard you, if they have to close out on you, Billy's going to drive right by them every single time. So I think he needs to be one of the team leaders in mileage on that Noah shooting machine, right? Isaiah Sealy, the final wing. I'm getting more and more excited the potential here with some early pop potential from Sealy. I really think he's got the goods to be able to play for this basketball team. If it happens, I think Arkansas really has the flexibility to do a lot of four-guard stuff this year without giving up a bunch of height and length. It just adds to the versatility that they have. Sealy's every bit of that 6'7". He's got the frame, I think, to be really sturdy and well put together as well. This is where I would start going into freshman year. I think it's kind of similar to Leak with me. Isaiah has a lot of the things you want, especially offensively. It's just about being physically able to do it regularly in the SEC as a freshman. So I think the summer strength and conditioning program is even bigger for Sealy. Listen, no disrespect intended in any way to Springdale High School, I promise. But the resources here that are available to him at the U of A are just different. It's staggering. Nutrition, individually structured weight programs, all those things. He could legitimately look like a completely different person by opening night, and I hope he takes full advantage of this and gets himself on the floor early on for the Razorbacks. It just lengthens the lineups, impacts your versatility, makes you that much deeper as a team. Okay, before our final segment where we move on to the front court, let's take a second to chat about our new sponsors at Looper Auction and Realty. Why wait months or even years to sell your home the traditional way? At Looper Auction and Realty, They offer a faster, smarter option. Sell your home at an auction, right? No repairs, no contingencies, no drawn-out negotiations. You set the terms, buyers compete, and you walk away with a firm closing date. Whether it's your home, an estate, an investment property, an auction method puts you in control and gets it sold fast. Call Looper Auction Realty at 479-996-4848 or visit looperauction.com. Looper Auction Realty, sold in 30, closed in 30. Okay. All of a sudden, there are a lot of folks to talk about in the front court, right? After having, 3 guys to talk about in the front court for the last couple of years, let's start with our man, Trevor Brazile. How much more excited are you guys about Trevor Brazile right now than you were this time a year ago? Like his last stretch to close last season is what we've been waiting for from TV. It's what we've known he's been capable of doing consistently. And that's the thing for him. The truth with Trevin is already laid out by Coach Cal, and he knows it too. It's between the ears, man. When he's locked in, he's confident, focused, he's as good as any 4 in the SEC, arguably better. Right, so I hope that Trevin is getting his threes up because Arkansas is going to need volume there from TB for 3. We know that more than he's provided in the past. Likes to work on pick and pops and cornerback pedals on drives and knocking down catch and shoots. He'll be doing plenty of that. Remember him going baseline off the dribble and hammering on Texas Tech? I do. It was really impressive. That is something I would love to see more out of with TB. Right, he's skilled. Why not take these slow-footed forwards off the bounce and finish at the rim more, especially with teams that are going to really be overplaying his ability to shoot the 3, rip and drive by him, man. And it's been an evolving thing in his game. A couple years ago, he would take 2 dribbles middle, pick up his dribble, and kick it out, and that's all he had. And he started playing with a little bit more confidence, and all of a sudden he's getting that thing all the way to the rim. I think that can be a bigger part of his game moving forward. And then the other thing for him, like how about getting those towels out again for the defensive slides, right? Defend without using your hands, defend without fouling. That might be the most important because they're going to need Trevor Brazile to be on the floor for 30 minutes a game. And you want him to because he's an impactful player when he is. He doesn't need to be a Dude Thero defensively. He doesn't. But he's going to have to guard some of the guys that a Dude did, right? And Trevor made a lot of strides as a perimeter defender, when he takes cotton switches and everything like that. But he also found himself in foul trouble early on way too often, and teams are going to hunt him off the bounce. So that's definitely going to be something for him to work on. Nick Pringle, it's always tough with a 5th-year senior who's been starting in the SEC for multiple teams for multiple years to try to say, okay, where can he get better? And the thing about Nick is, he solves a lot of Arkansas's issues from a year ago, no doubt about it. I think he could help the team further if he could prove capable of being able to play the 4, like fairly consistently. He's athletic enough, there's no doubt about it. I think he can defend 4s for the most part, but really working on defending the perimeter more and being semi-switchable will be something that gives the Arkansas coaching staff more confidence in putting him out there and playing him in a 2-big lineup. And we just talked about Arkansas potentially being able to play more 4-guard stuff. If they could go double big too, then you can kind of counter anything the teams throw at you. I think that'd be really important for him. It could get a little bit clunky with him offensively as a 4, but if you think about it, he'd probably be playing with Malik Ewan. There are a lot of high-low roll and replace opportunities with him and Malik there, so working on his passing angles, his post entries, his rips and drives and things like that, his clear outs, if Ewan's putting it on the floor and just J-cutting and presenting himself open for a drop-off, those are the things I would really be focusing in on if I was Kenny Payne and Nick Pringle. Now Malik Ewan, and this is really interesting because we were here at DJ's dugout, and before the game, and I won't name drop, I won't dox him here, but we had a guy who came over and introduced himself to us. And he's taller. He's probably 6'6", 6'7". He's taller than me, and he was recruited by John Calipari back in the early 2000s to play basketball. And so some connections there. He's actually in town. Well, he lives here now, but he was here to watch the Razorbacks, kind of become a Razorback fan, follows Cal around, has seen him out and about. But he also has a guy from Florida State who he's kind of helping get transferred and everything like that. And he watched a lot of Florida State. He knows Malik Ewan. And he said, hey, Razorback fans, I know they're excited about him, but they don't really know everything that he brings to the table. His versatility and everything that he can do, he's really, really going to pop when he's in a good system. The motivation is going to be there for him. Said that he's got a high motor and sometimes he's got a high temper. But one of the reasons why he's coming to Arkansas is because of Coach Cal. And, you think about like Boogie Cousins and the wonders that he worked with him, was able to extrapolate every bit of potential out of him. So that combined with the Kenny Payne factor, the big man whisper, is going to be huge for a guy like Ewan. And we know he has a deep bag as an offensive center. He's an absolute bucket down there on the block. I love what he can do in the pick and roll and DHO. He's comfortable bouncing it against bigs. So things to work on, like areas that he can improve. Is there a shot to be found in there at all with Malik Ewan? We all saw the little clip of pickup highlights. Could it translate it all to a game maybe? It would be easy enough to say, hey, just get him up this summer and let's see what happens. But I think the biggest thing clearly with him is going to be defense. Malik Ewan is a great rebounder. He'll close possessions for you, for sure. He has ideal size and athleticism for an SEC big. You need him to really work on defending in space and in-drop coverage or off a switch, because that's what he will be asked to do in ball screen coverage for Arkansas. I think he's an above-average interior defender, albeit not a shot blocker. So putting an emphasis on doing his work early, winning positioning, not getting sealed off, walling up, etc. will all be things for Malik there as well. Elmer Zafik, right? You know who does not need to work on walling up? It's the human brick wall himself, the Bosnian bulldozer, Elmer Zafik. Size and strength and power and physicality, check and check and check and check. He has all those things. Here's the deal, though. If Zafik is going to find success in the SEC, he's going to have to make a jump in his overall athleticism. Like he's got to be able to hold up athletically in this league. He looks like a Big Ten center, if I'm being honest with you. He's never going to be a plus athlete. You're just not going to turn him into that. But he can't be stuck in cement either. So I imagine his summer program is going to involve a lot of quick twitch activities. He's going to be a big strength and conditioning guy as well. Maybe dropping a little bit of weight to add a little bit of speed and quickness, getting more explosive off of the floor, improving his first and second step burst, his first step laterally. It's things like that are going to be the difference in whether or not he can have any sort of role at all in his first year for Arkansas, a meaningful one at least, because the size and the strength is there. He can hold up in the SEC from that standpoint. It's all the other things when you look at the league and all the future NBA talent there and how athletic it is. It's holding up from that standpoint. It's going to make the difference for them. And then the last addition there, Paolo Tomato. Listen, when you are 7'2" with a 7'5" wingspan and SEC athleticism, you have a pretty nice base to start with, don't you? I mean, I think that's fair to say. Paolo has a lot of those God-given traits that can't be taught, which is perfect because it means the things he needs to work on can be taught. Paolo, meet Kenny Payne. That is why you are here, right? This is a summer of skill development and a big one for Paolo, right? Because if he refines his game and sharpens a few things up, he is better positioned than anyone outside of the core eight, the top eight, to make an immediate impact, because of the position that he plays and the crazy measurables that he possesses. So the more he plays, the more feel for the game he's going to get. You need him living in the playbook, so he's not spending his time thinking, right? You want him playing. The athletic ability, the length, it all plays defensively immediately. He's going to get stronger in the weight room. Offensively, where can you fit in? We've seen him knock down some perimeter jumpers. Can you carve a niche with that? It's just a rim running big man who drives in transition, catches lob dunks, and can knock down threes. Because if you can do that, then you can block shots on the other end and grab a rebound. You're going to play. Like it's literally that easy for him. He's not going to be a back to the basket close up guy, but can you face up and knock down a short jumper? Or can you use that length to get over the top and find some touch with a little jump hook in there? It's just reps on reps on reps and reps for the young, talented Razorback forward. Okay, I'm pretty sure we made it through the entire roster. If we didn't, my bad. I'm Sorry about that. I think that we did. And, hey, if they add Igor Rizov at some point, then we'll go and do this exact same exercise with him. But I'm going to get out of here. We're about to enjoy a victory steak here in Omaha. And we will be back tomorrow with another – I said it was going to be short and sweet. It's 24 minutes. We went through that pretty rapid fire for the entire roster. But some more quick hitters for Razorback basketball. Appreciate you guys so much for continuing to remain interested in Razorback basketball here at this time of year. Means a lot to me. All the well wishes and everything for me and Michelle and the baby and the shower and all that. Super cool. Some people saying Happy Father's Day. It means a lot. Just one big happy family and one big community. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Join us. Join the family. We got a lot going on here. It's not just the Pot at the Palace, the Bomb Basketball Podcast. I'm blowing up with this baseball team here in Omaha. We've got our Inside Arkansas live show every Monday through Friday from noon to 1:30. And we're interactive. We're engaging. We're off the cuff and off the rails at times. We have a good time, and we certainly appreciate everybody who's been tuning in with us. So I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys. As always, it's been Curtis Wilkerson with Inside Arkansas on the Pot at the Palace. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.